What if the case wasn't about the victim, but about someone already inside intelligence? Season 13, Episode 16 quietly plants one of the most chilling twists we've seen in years. Not through loud action, but through subtle clues, overlooked dialogue, and one character acting just a little too perfect. Today, we're breaking down the hidden clues and the shocking character reveal that changes everything. The case that feels too clean. The episode opens with what seems like a routine homicide. A mid-level city contractor found dead in a burned-out vehicle on the outskirts of Chicago. At first glance, it looks like gang retaliation. The fire destroyed most evidence, and witnesses are unreliable. Classic misdirection. But something feels off. Voight senses it immediately, not because of what's there, but because of what's missing. No struggle marks, no panic signs, no attempt to escape. This wasn't chaos. This was controlled. The first hidden clue. The first clue is easy to miss. While processing the scene, Burgess notices something minor, a partially melted key fob sitting a few feet away from a vehicle. It doesn't belong to the victim. Most viewers overlook this moment because it's not emphasized. No dramatic music, no zoom, but this is the first sign. Someone else was there, and they left calmly. Later, forensics confirms the key fob belongs to a city-issued vehicle assigned to a restricted department. Not gangs, not random criminals. Someone with access, a case inside the system. As the investigation unfolds, the intelligence unit realizes the victim had been working on a series of off-the-books contracts tied to infrastructure projects, hidden money, shell companies, and signatures that don't quite match. Ruse that suggests corruption. Atwater suspects political involvement. But Voight doesn't chase politicians. He looks inward, because whoever did this knew exactly how CPD investigations work. They knew how to erase evidence. They knew how to mislead. And most importantly, they knew how to stay invisible. The second hidden clue. The second clue comes during interrogation. A low-level suspect, a driver connected to the victim, mentioned something strange before Laura and G up. I never saw the guy's face, but he talked like a cop. It's a throwaway line, but it hits hard. The suspect describes the killer as calm, precise, and methodical, not aggressive, not emotional, professional, disciplined, trained. At this point, the audience starts to feel it. This isn't just corruption. This is someone inside law enforcement. The data that doesn't match. Tech analysis reveals something even more unsettling. Surveillance cameras near the crime scene were disabled, but not hacked. They were manually looped using internal override codes. Codes that are only accessible to certain departments. And here's where the writing gets brilliant. Instead of pointing directly at a suspect, the episode subtly shifts attention between multiple characters, creating doubt. Is it someone from internal affairs, a former officer, or someone much closer? The third hidden clue, the turning point. The biggest hidden clue comes from something almost invisible. During a scene back at the district, Torres casually mentions a discrepancy in vehicle logs. One car was signed out, but never officially returned. The name attached? It's blurred in the report. We don't see it clearly. But the camera lingers just long enough for us to know. This matters. Voight notices too, but he doesn't say anything. Not yet. Because now, he's not just investigating a case. He's testing his own team. The suspicion builds. As tension rises, the episode masterfully builds suspicion across the unit. Burgess is distracted. Ruzek is defensive. Torres is quiet. Atwater is watching everyone. But none of them fully fit. And that's the point. The real culprit isn't acting suspicious. They're acting normal. Too normal. The final hidden clue. The final clue comes from the autopsy. The victim wasn't killed by fire. He was already dead. Killed by a single, precise injection of a rare sedative used in tactical operations. Not something criminals usually have access to. But police? Specialized units? Undercover operations? Yes. And now the picture is clear. This wasn't just murder. This was a controlled execution. The character reveal. The reveal doesn't come in a dramatic shootout. It comes quietly. Voight calls in one member of the team for a routine follow-up. The room is silent. Tension builds. And then the truth comes out. It's Torres. Why Torres? At first, it feels shocking. Torres? The quiet one? The observer? But when you look back, it all makes sense. Torres had access. Torres knew the system. Torres stayed under the radar. And most importantly, Torres had motive. The motive revealed. Torres confesses, not out of panic, but calm acceptance. The victim wasn't innocent. He was laundering money through city projects, funding dangerous operations that would have led to innocent lives being lost. Torres had been tracking him quietly for months, but the system wasn't moving fast enough. So he made a choice. He became judge, jury, and executioner. Balance Scale Part 12. The Moral Conflict. This is where the episode truly shines, because Torres isn't portrayed as evil. He's portrayed as someone who crossed a line for what he believed was the right reason. And that's what makes it powerful. Voight sees himself in Torres. The same mindset, the same willingness to bend the rules. But this time, Voight is on the other side. The final confrontation. The confrontation between Voight and Torres is intense, but quiet. No shouting, no violence, just truth. Voight asks one question: "Who do you think you are?" And Torres responds, "Someone who did what needed to be done." That line defines the entire episode, because it forces us to ask, where's the line between justice and control? The consequences. Torres is taken into custody. No resistance, no escape attempt, because deep down he knew this moment would come. The team is shaken, trust is broken, and the intelligence unit is left questioning everything. Hidden clues recap. Let's quickly break down the hidden clues that led to the reveal. The misplaced key fob, outsider with access. The suspect statement, talk like a cop. Surveillance, override, internal knowledge. Vehicle log discrepancy, direct connection. Tactical sedative, specialized training. Each clue was subtle, but together they told the truth from the very beginning. Ending explanation. The episode ends not with closure, but with uncertainty. Voight stands alone reflecting, because this case wasn't just about catching a killer. It was about confronting a reality. The line between right and wrong isn't always clear. And sometimes the most dangerous people aren't criminals. They're the ones who believe they're doing the right thing. Chicago P.D. Season 13, Episode 16 delivers one of its most psychological and morally complex stories yet. Through hidden clues and a slow-burning reveal, it reminds us that the biggest threats don't always come from outside. Sometimes they're already inside,